If you smell what the Rock is cooking. The Rock says, the Rock.
Finally, BMan has returned to YouTube, which can only mean one thing. BMan has returned to do a Monday Night Raw review for the first time ever on this channel, The Ultimate BMan. The BMan is going to do a Monday Night Raw review. Yes, for the first time ever, a Monday Night Raw review in the Ultimate BMan layer of the BMan, all day, every day. Best in the world. Hello folks, how you doing? For all those who do not know me, I am the Ultimate BMan. I normally do video game videos, which I will be doing very soon. I have a lot incoming, but right now I want to talk about one particular thing that I most love the most. I just got through saying it, wrestling. And I figure one thing's for sure, not since my WrestleMania 28 thoughts and predictions and all that stuff. Not since then. I haven't done any wrestling videos, so I figure I'd talk about Monday Night Raw. And what makes this Raw any different from all the other Raws, BMan? Well, let me tell you. This Raw was a 3-hour long Monday Night Raw. Not only that, this Raw introduced tons of familiar faces and new faces all around, and I quite frankly enjoyed it, considering I also enjoyed it the fact that this was the one Monday night that I get a day off from work. Awesome. Great. So anyways, let's get started with the Monday Night Raw of June 11th, 2012. Well, Raw kicks off with John Laurinaitis walking down the lovely ramp, talking about how much work he put in the WWE, blah, blah, blah. But we don't care about John Laurinaitis. The person that we're actually considering and thinking about is actually the guy who happens to be over John Laurinaitis' head. His boss, Vince McMahon. I tell you the truth, I haven't been this excited to see Vince McMahon in a while. Nah, you know, I'm not too much of the world's biggest Vince McMahon fan, but I can kind of accept that the fact that he's around right now. And the only one reason I'm really happy to see him is that the fact that he's getting rid of John Laurinaitis. Thank you. I'm glad. At least I hope so. Well, the two go back and forth throughout their little mic, throwing their little mic skills at each other one after another. And then not before long we get my boy Sheamus, the World Heavyweight Champion, to show up down the ramp and to talk about how much of a big friend John Laurinaitis is, on how he loves to throw out big fines, $12,000 fines, and loves to try to screw you out of your championship and all sorts of stuff that John Laurinaitis is so friendly about. Gotta love him. Gotta love John Laurinaitis. Vote for him. Anyways, John Laurinaitis gets pissed off and decides he's going to pick an opponent for Sheamus for that night. And right before Laurinaitis runs out the ring all angry and mad and pissed off, I'm mad now, Vince McMahon decides that he's going to check and look at the performance of John Laurinaitis' work tonight on this particular Raw. And if Laurinaitis does not perform well, he will be fired. The two words that Vince McMahon is known so well of. I gotta love it. Loved it. And even loved that the fact that Vince McMahon took Laurinaitis' little scooter and drove it off the ramp. Entertaining to watch, entertaining stuff. So Laurinaitis goes into the back and decides to pull out Lord Tensai. Lord Tensai, Prince Albert, no, Lord Tensai, that's his name. Anyways, Lord Tensai shows up, and he takes on Sheamus, and throughout the match, it was a pretty good, decent match, but Sheamus ends up winning overall. But it's not until at the end of the match where we see Lord Tensai go mad over Okamoto, his worshipper or some kind. Some people say that maybe he needs to get rid of Okamoto or not, but that's the whole point of Lord Tensai. I mean, ain't it that, But on top of that, he took out his frustration on Okamoto because he lost to John Cena last week, and then loses to Sheamus. I mean, 2 losses, and the dude's been on a complete dominant streak, and he gets upset over 2 losses. Wow. And he takes it out on somebody who clearly has nothing to do with it. Like, maybe Okamoto should have gotten involved or something. Who knows? But it's not like it matters. Not like it does. Anyways, I'm looking here on my sheet here, trying to be very professional in some way or another. We end up getting the idea of a fatal 4-way match about Sheamus' #1 contendership, because Alberto Del Rio got himself injured fighting the Great Khali on Friday Night SmackDown. So, no #1 contender for Sheamus. So it looks like we gotta find one. So it turns out there are going to be 4 former heavyweight champions that are going to go head-to-head each other in this fatal 4-way match. Yay! Awesome! Next up, we get a mixed tag match of Santino Morel and the lovely Layla versus Beth Phoenix and Ricardo Rodriguez. Overall, it wasn't that much of a very good match. It turned out it was really supposed to be a Divas match, but it turned out to be a mixed tag match with guys. And Ricardo didn't even want to be in the ring with Santino because he knew he was going to get his ass kicked. And Beth Phoenix had to take over the whole thing. So, I wouldn't have been surprised if Beth Phoenix actually tried to fight Santino, It'd have been interesting. Because maybe then Beth Phoenix might challenge, Santino for the United States Championship maybe one day. Who knows? I'm just saying. Anyways, it turns out that Ricardo Rodriguez and Beth Phoenix win the match. But it turns out it's Rodriguez who loses, because it turns out he's a big fan of Justin Bieber. He gets in a conversation with Santino after sitting there poking fun of him after they won, and Santino rips his shirt off, and turns out Ricardo's a big Justin Bieber fan. Wow. Yep. Justin freaking Bieber, baby. Got to love that. Next up, I think before that we had an interview with R-Truth, and he was talking about how little Jimmy was afraid of the Big Show when Big Show attacked him last week on Monday Night. Well, I think it wasn't last week, a week before last on Monday Night Raw, when Big Show was on this huge rampage with his ironclad contract. Woo. Anyways, R-Truth was just having a nice good little interview and happens to mention Big Show, and guess what happens? Boom! A big fist comes flying out of nowhere, knocks R-Truth out, and then a little bit later into it, we end up finding out that Kofi Kingston challenges Big Show to a match. He wants a match with him, but Laurinaitis decides to amp it up and make it a steel cage match. Wonder how that's gonna happen. Wonder what's gonna happen. And can you say I don't know, just a squash match maybe? Just maybe a squash match. I don't know. Trying to see here. What was next on this bad boy? Oh yes, my favorite thing on the entire show was the yes, the nose, the nose, the yes. I don't know. I really don't know. I have no idea. But anyways, we get Daniel Bryan to come out talking about how, he's going to be the WWE champion. Time for a question and answer time with the Ultimate BMan. Does the BMan actually think that Daniel Bryan is going to be WWE champion and No Way Out this Sunday? Does BMan really actually care if Daniel Bryan becomes WWE champion? No. So really, I don't care for Daniel Bryan overall. I really don't. I don't. I was nice to even just to hear what he's got to say. I will give him compliments. Once you go Bryan, there's no point in trying. Put that on a shirt. Try putting that on a shirt, Daniel Bryan, rather than putting yes. Put your once you go Bryan on your shirt, and I bet it'll sell. Easy money, easy money right there. CM Punk comes out, confronts Bryan, tells him that he isn't going to be the WWE champion, and blah blah blah. And Daniel Bryan talks about how Punk isn't the same Punk, and Punk points out that I am the same Punk. You just don't see it because I'm the WWE champion. Blah blah blah. And they talk about AJ here and there. Yeah, AJ apparently is involved in this, and plus another particular character, a big red machine known as Kane. Kane comes out and says like 4 words or so, some about him tombstoning a priest or some bullshit. I don't know. But anyways, that's what we get. And then sexy, lovely AJ comes skipping and running along down to the ring. She comes on down to the ring and she talks about how Kane is a big red monster, but yet he has a heart, and how Daniel Bryan will always be her first love, and how cool and awesome CM Punk is. It's crazy. So this chick, you gotta love crazy chicks, especially that one. She's a hot, damn good looking crazy chick, and I'm not disappointed, not at all. Not disappointed at all. Next up, we also get word from Laurinaitis that there's going to be a weird tag team match, never before seen. Some crap that Laurinaitis is known for. I think we have seen something like this before. I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know who, but I'm pretty darn sure we've had a match like this where a female happens to be in a male-oriented match. Turns out it's a tag match. Punk and AJ team up the fight against Kane and Daniel Bryan. I'm gonna go on about how that match goes on, but we're gonna keep steady and going in order here. Let's see what else happened. Oh yes, the Fatal 4-Way match. We have the Intercontinental Champion, my peeps, Christian. And we have the Great Khali, yeah, and we get Dolph Ziggler, the show off, and we get Jack Swagger, you whatever, I do push-ups all day, whatever. Anyways, the match I have to say was pretty good. Instantly, the moment the Great Khali got into the ring, I knew Khali was going to get eliminated. It wasn't no surprise. I mean, Great Khali hasn't been champion, hasn't had a belt in a while. It'd be nice to maybe see him get a belt back, but then again, I don't know, maybe not. But when he ends up getting eliminated, and then Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler try to team up together to try to take down Christian, it backfires. Christian ends up giving Jack Swagger his finishing move, and Dolph Ziggler ends up pinning Jack Swagger, which yet again points out to this stupid rivalry between Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. I guess their partnership is over, I guess, considering that Dolph Ziggler wants to be the main guy. He wants to be the guy who gets to be seen on TV by himself, not as a tag team or nothing like that. He wants to be solo. That's what it is. Vicky gets mad, whatever. But she eventually motivates Dolph to win, because that's pretty much what happens. I didn't instantly think one time that Christian was going to win this. He's already an Intercontinental Champion. Plus, he has a match against Cody Rhodes this Sunday at No Way Out. So I didn't believe once that Christian was going to win that. Not that I didn't want him to win it. I mean, I like Christian. I'm a Christian fan. I like him. He's pretty cool. I didn't like him when he was a complete douchebag, when he was whining about the heavyweight championship. But I can kind of understand the reason why he did that. But at the same time, he could have done it a little bit more better. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler, the show off. I'm not a big Dolph Ziggler fan, not the world's biggest one, because he's been up and down here and there. He goes solo, he gets beat by all the big name people in the WWE, and then he gets knocked back down again. Then he tries to rise himself back up. So what's going to happen? Will Dolph Ziggler win the World Heavyweight Championship, or will he just be another footnote? I don't know. I don't know. It's either they're putting too much hype into Dolph Ziggler, or maybe he's just there to replace Alberto. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Next up is one of my favorite scenes. Vince McMahon is walking around and he gets attacked by the Funkadactyls. One of my favorite things. And the Funkadactyls, oh my god. Brodus Clay's a lucky dude. He gets to hang out with Naomi and Christy, I think that's her name. I can't help but not remember their names because I'm looking at their bodies and looking at that ass. That's exactly what I'm looking at when I watch those two. I can't help it. But they get jiggy with it with Vince McMahon. It's hilarious. The song kicks in. Somebody call my mama. Somebody call my mama. And it kicks in. And, Vince McMahon's getting his funky groove on. He's getting, he's mixing in with the chocolate. He's trying to make him a little, fudge sundae going on here. I don't know what he's doing. But maybe we might get Brodus Clay to come back because, John Larry Fuckatitis decided to come up with the idea to get rid of Brodus Clay after Brodus Clay got attacked by the Big Show. That's Q Big Show. That's all I gotta say. Next up, after that, we get Feed Me More! Feed Me More! Ryback. This would probably be my second time actually seeing this guy. I didn't even know who he was. I heard people talking about Goldberg or something like that at a pay-per-view, but then I realized that we're actually just chanting the name because of this particular wrestler, and I didn't even know who he was until I saw him. I was like, who is this? And then, Ryback? Who is this? And it turns out this guy is pretty decent, but he just looks like a big another muscle-bound, big, look like muscle dude, muscle head. That's all he looks like. And I don't know if they're trying to really push this guy to the top or not. I'm not for sure what they're trying to do and what they plan to accomplish with Ryback. But hopefully whatever it is that they do it right maybe. But I can't say because, guys like him, I've seen guys like him as of recently. I mean, look at Mason Ryan. I mean, if Ryback is supposed to be the Goldberg, then Mason Ryan was supposed to be the Batista. So, you see where Mason Ryan is right now, and if Vince McMahon thinks that Ryback's gonna be his next Goldberg, he's got another thing coming. This dude's got a lot to do, and he's got a lot of work, not just in the ring, outside the ring, on the mic. He's got to do a whole lot better. I mean, he's a good wrestler, no doubt. I mean, he's a powerhouse, but you know, people chanting Goldberg, Goldberg. I don't know. When I see Ryback, anyways. Next up, we get some time. We get Sin Cara. Oh yes, Sin Cara, and you gotta love it, Sin freaking Cara. I like Sin Cara. I always like Sin Cara. I like guys like Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio. I like my mask wrestlers. I love them. They're real cool. Some people say that Sin Cara is moving too fast, or maybe there's something about him that's slowing him down. I don't know what it is, but not since his injury at Survivor Series. That might be one reason. But I would like to see Sin Cara, maybe get his spot, get his shot at something, maybe at a title or something, or maybe actually wrestle some people, or maybe some big name people or something, not just squash matches. I mean, like actually getting some rivalry, get some story going on around Sin Cara. I don't know, but I still enjoyed seeing Sin Cara. Hearing that music kick in just makes me feel like, yeah, I should do some shit like that, but I can't do no shit like that. No, me don't do that. Me, BMan don't do stuff like that. I don't have mask right now to do that. Anyways, nice to see Sin Cara, and I would like to hear what y'all have to say about this, but don't you think it's time for a Cruiserweight Championship belt? Anybody? Just saying. Cruiserweight Championship. Sin Cara. Cruiserweight Champion. Come on, Vince. Do it. Next up, we get... You know what time it is? Does anybody know what time it is? The clock on the camera says Vader time. That's right. Vader time. Vader came back. Oh my God. You talk about Big Show being the world's largest athlete. We're talking about the world's biggest athlete. Vader, son. Vader. Vader with a V. Vader. You can't touch that. You can't. No. He comes in, he's huge, he's big and bone. I don't even know why Kurt Hawkins thought he was going to do something. I think I got this up in here. I think you don't need no old WWE dude. I got this. I'm Kurt Hawkins. Whatever. You were never ready for Vader and never will be. If you can't be Vader, you can't be nobody else. Anyways, nice to see Vader. Nice to see an old face around the WWE. Great. Love the segment. Next match was, I don't know. I'm not for sure. I don't think I'm going in order here. But the Big Show and Kofi Kingston match turns out to just be another squash match. And not like it matters. Will we see this at No Way Out? Doubt it. I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna see something like that. Not that easily. Big Show walks out of the cage, steel cage, triumphant. I mean, did we actually think Kofi Kingston had a chance? I don't think so. Even when he did the Trouble in Paradise, still wasn't enough to beat the Big Show. Still wasn't big enough. But I'm not really that big of much on Big Show right now. Not since he became a whiny bitch. And that's all I gotta say about that. Not since then. I mean, he could have gone heel and it would have been cool, but at the moment in time, all he's doing is whining. Last but not least, we get the final match of the night. The mixed weird tag team going on with Daniel Bryan and Kane going up against CM Punk and AJ. And considering that all these guys these three guys are going to be involved with each other at No Way Out for the WWE Championship, and now they're going up against each other. Two of them are opponents, but now they got to be tag team partners, and one's got to mess with the thing that's been in the middle of this love triangle, I guess. I don't know what it is. But throughout the entire match, we think that it's going to be a squash match with CM Punk and Kane and Daniel Bryan. You know, with Daniel Bryan and Kane being tag team partners, you think they're just going to beat the junk out of Punk. But it turns out they don't. And throughout a couple of minutes, throughout the entire segment, we get, we get Punk just getting beaten down and trying to fight back here and there. Eventually, he gets thrown in the corner by Kane, and AJ accidentally tags herself in. And I tell you what, I don't know what happened here, but it was weird as shit. But Kane stands there, looks at AJ. AJ looks at him. She gives him that creepy smile. She's like, and she skips around him. And she acts like a 4-year-old to Kane. It's like a big, huge, behemoth killer beast that's known to eat people throughout everywhere. And this little kid just walking around it, knowing as ferocious as it is. I don't know. It's like I don't know. I can't even explain it. But I thought at first she was gonna like kick him in the shin or kick him in the nuts and does a low blow and then tag in Punk. Punk gets him. I don't know. But one weird thing, things get a little hot, a little more hotter than Kane thought. And AJ wraps her legs around Kane and gives him the biggest smooch ever. About 3 minutes long. The weirdest awkward kiss. Kane wasn't even into it. He just stood there like a statue, holding AJ by her legs. And she's just laying it into him, tongue and all. And it was weird. Kane drops AJ and walks out the ring. That's it. That's all you get. It's just pure silence. Like, not from the audience, just from me. When I saw that, I was like, yep, it's not Kane that you need to worry about. It's the big red monster in his pants that AJ needs to worry about. And, instantly you could put a caption right there. Kane is like, did I just get laid? What happened? He had the weirdest, I don't know what the fuck happened face. It was awesome. I loved every single moment of that. Daniel Bryan almost attacks AJ. Punk tags in, gives him to go to sleep, knocks him out, call it a match. Because what just happened just now was just weird shit. And you can constantly keep going back to that. DVR it or looking on YouTube or whatever you want to do. And just keep looking at that because that was awkward. It was a little hot at first, but then it got awkward as shit because I knew something like that was going to happen. I was like, I knew AJ was going to do something like that. She was going to kiss the crap out of somebody, do some CPR on somebody. Who knows? But Punk's cool with it. Gotta dig crazy chicks, right? Especially as hot as ones as AJ. I'm going to continue saying that because that woman is hot. And crazy. But I love it. Finally, not before long, we get the ending of the show where John Laurinaitis gets his job performance review on Monday Night Raw. Vince McMahon comes out with security guards and Laurinaitis comes down and he doesn't beg for his job or anything, but he just points out that he's just as good as anybody else and blah blah blah. And right before Vince McMahon can give John Laurinaitis those two freaking words, two words, that's all we needed, just 2 words. And instead, what we get, well, if it ain't the big slow, yeah, it's the big slow. Yeah, the Big Slow comes down the ramp and decides to give out his 2 cents. Oh, my ironclad contract tells me I get to do whatever I want. And also, that means I get to talk trash to you because you're not going to fire me. Because if you do fire me, Vince, you're just going to have to pay me anyway. Ha ha ha. Who gives a sh? John Cena comes out. John Cena. Not gonna say anything bad about John Cena. Nope. I let John go and let him do whatever. Not since he lost to The Rock. I leave him alone. You guys can go back and watch my video on what I thought about John Cena and The Rock. And I still think John Cena's a little overrated here and there, but I'm gonna let him go for now because he's kind of calmed down since he's lost to Brock, and Johnny. Anyways. The two go at it. John Cena talks about what Big Show's true intentions were, which we all knew. He was just being a greedy bastard. But overall, it turns out that, you know, Cena and Big Show go at it. The security guards try to stop them. They don't succeed very well, considering one of them pretty much held on to John Cena's leg for a good minute. John Cena about nearly crushed his face in. And right when they clash together, Big Show decides to put out a big hook and ends up accidentally hitting Vince McMahon. And also, right before all that, Vince McMahon had told Laurinaitis that he was going to be there at No Way Out to point out that if Big Show loses, that he's fired. So all we can do is sit and wait until Sunday and a steel cage match between John Cena and the Big Show, hoping that John Laurinaitis gets his just desserts. I'm crossing my fingers right now and hope that bastard goes. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him. I'm done. Overall, Raw kept me entertained. As a normal guy who casually, not that I casually watch Raw, I watch Raw throughout all through and whatnot. I watch SmackDown from here and there. But I tell you what, this is one good ass Raw. It kept me entertained, kept me a little creeped out with the AJ shit, but overall, it kept me entertained, up and down, left and right, circle, square, whatever. Anyways, I am the ultimate BMan, and I'll see you guys next time. If you guys want me to do any more Raw reviews or SmackDown or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you later on the flippity flip. Peace.